Welcome to the One Girl Travel Podcast, episode number 100.
Welcome to the One Girl Travel Podcast, your passport to the world of solo travel, with certified life and travel coach, Alessia Tenebruso. Join Alessia as she shares her own journey of self-discovery through solo travel, while also focusing on topics such as life coaching insights and travel tips along the way. Now, here's your host, Alessia Tenebruso.
Welcome to episode number 100 of the One Girl Travel Podcast. We're here. We made it. It's episode 100. Sometimes I didn't know if I was going to get here because I took the podcast on very spontaneously, and it is so fun, but it's work. It is another thing to add to your plate, but I'm so glad I started this journey, even though it wasn't as consistent as I would have liked, especially this year. Other years it was more consistent. This year was a little rocky, but I appreciate you for being here with me, and I'm excited about this episode because I have something very exciting to share with you that I've never talked about before. It's brand new and it's special for this Thanksgiving and Black Friday. And then I also want to talk to you about something really special. It's about the journey. It is about recognizing how far you've come. And I think now is a perfect time of year to do this reflection with Thanksgiving, with gratitude being the main theme right now, appreciation for yourself, for where you've been, the obstacles you've overcame, and to where you are now. I think stopping and pausing for a moment and really just showing appreciation for yourself for getting you to this point is so necessary, so well deserved. And I don't think we do it enough. So let this be a moment that you just pause for a second and reflect on how far you came and show yourself some self love and gratitude for getting you this far. And this really came up for me as I was getting ready for Christmas. I have my tree up. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see my tree here. And this is my travel tree. I have a travel tree in my space. And this tree is really special because every ornament on it is from a different destination that I've traveled to. Many of those destinations were solo. And it's really special each year when I get a box of ornaments out from the attic and I start hanging them on the tree. And as I unwrap each ornament, I get to reflect on that destination and the experience I had, the people I met, how I felt in the moment, just all the things really come back to me with every ornament that I hold in my hand and I unwrap and I place on the tree branches. And then looking at this tree when it's completed, and I had this sense of overwhelming gratitude because I looked at this tree and it's a visualization of my journey. It from the first destination I traveled to my most recent, it's all here in one place and I'm able to see it. And that really made me take a step back and be like, wow, look how far you came. And sometimes, like I said, we don't do that for ourselves enough. We're so focused about where we're going that we don't think about the journey that it took to get here and how much you've accomplished. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, because for me, my personal journey, if you're not familiar with it, I started this journey in 2012. I'd gotten out of a mentally abusive relationship and I felt broken. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I enjoyed anymore, nothing. And I knew in order for me to rediscover myself, I had to do something that I've never done before. And that scared me. And that thing that was outside my comfort zone. And for me, it was solo travel because back then I didn't do anything by myself at all. That was probably the scariest thing I can think of. And I decided to take a trip to Florida. It wasn't a big grand trip. It was somewhere I was familiar with, but I went and it really just changed everything for me because with that trip, I realized, okay, if I'm capable of this, what else am I capable of? And that became the theme. Every trip I took, what else am I capable of? What else? What else? What else? And then that led me to 2019 when I was in Paris for a solo trip / a retreat. And while I was there, I had this epiphany for my business, One Girl Travel. And I declared at the table at the Ritz-Carlton that I knew what I was meant to do. And I declared it in that room. And ever since, I have been moving forward with little steps. And that's the most important thing, is just taking little steps. This big significant change is not going to come overnight. It takes little steps to get you there. So from me declaring my intentions at that table led me to start posting on Instagram, led me to LLCing my business, to me getting certified by Martha Beck as a life coach, to getting certified as a travel coach, to going back to school and getting my degree in business administration and entrepreneurship, to me being part of masterminds and building my business. And then in 2024, it led to me resigning from my 14-year corporate career to go all in as an entrepreneur. So it's just that one idea and lots of actions. You can have the greatest ideas in the world, but it does not make a difference if you're not acting on them. It doesn't matter. And that's the thing, because I know you've probably experienced this before. You had an idea for something and you didn't take action. And then you see somebody else doing the same thing that you thought about. And you're like, how dare they? They took my idea, or that was my idea. I could have did that, but you didn't. You didn't do it. And now it's too late. Somebody else did it. And now you move on. Lesson learned, right? Lesson learned to take action when something occurs to you. Stop waiting, stop researching, stop planning, because that's just keeping you stuck. You learn as you go. Yes, you can do some research, but don't let the research prevent you from moving forward and taking action. Because research is great, but without implementation, you're not doing anything. And if you really have a desire to do something, to start a business, you have to take action. You have to tell people about your business. You have to talk about it. You have to take steps to grow this business. You have to learn new applications, new software, new technology. It's all a part of the journey. But the difference is, if you have a strong desire to do it, you're going to do it, even if it's hard, even if it's uncomfortable, even if you're unsure of yourself, you're still going to do it. But you have to want your dreams so bad that you're willing to do it scared, that you're willing to show up and not know what you're doing and let it be messy and do it anyway. And that's the difference from the people that get things done and the people that are just always thinking and researching and saying, that was my idea. I wish I did that. So go out there and just follow through on your ideas, follow through on your dreams and your desires, because you never know where it's going to take you. But you have to be willing to put in the work. And that's why I'm just so proud of myself for embarking on this journey and knowing that I was worth more and that I was worth the effort, and then getting to this point where now I am a full-time business owner. I've expanded my business. Um, when I started my business, it was very focused on solo travel and empowering women to travel by themselves. And that still is a big part of my message, but it's not the message anymore. Because now when I speak to women, their big concern is visibility and having the confidence in themselves to show up for the things that they want to do. And a lot of those things that they want to do is show up for their business online, social media. And that's something that I've always loved. I loved social media. I love creativity. It was always something very natural for me. So that's why when my business expanded into social media consulting, it took an adjustment for me, because I'm like, this is something that I feel is easy and natural. And like, I didn't think about the need for it until I started working with my clients and realizing, okay, they need this support. And now I love working with my clients and helping them feel confident with their visibility online, giving them the tools and the knowledge where they're capable of doing it themselves instead of depending on somebody else to do it for them. That's the big thing here. Like for me, I don't care if I'm helping you with solo travel or being visible on social media. But my thing is giving you the tools to know how to do it yourself and not have to depend on anybody else to do it for you. That can be a choice, but it shouldn't have to be a dependency. And I want to empower every woman out there to take action and to know that they are capable of doing it themselves and they don't need to depend on somebody else. Yes, it's one thing to have support, but it's another thing to have somebody like have to do it for you because you don't know how to do it. And I am here to teach you how to do it. And that leads me to my special announcement for this week, for Thanksgiving, for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I have had this in the works for a while. As some of you might know, I've had a solo selfie masterclass. This is my masterclass where I teach you how to take amazing photos of yourself. And it's not like the arm outstretched, taking a photo, old school selfie style. These are how to take photos of yourself that look like somebody took it of you. And that goes back to my message. I want everyone to be able to step in front of a camera lens and feel confident in themselves on how to pose, how to look in a photo, but also how to take that photo themselves so that they're not the ones always behind the camera taking pictures of everybody else or having to hire a photographer. I want to empower you to know how to do it yourself so you don't have to depend on anyone else, so you don't miss out on opportunities of being in that picture. And it is basic fundamentals on how to take your pictures, and that's what my solo selfie masterclass teaches you how to do, teaches you posing, it teaches you how to edit your pictures. So it is all in there for you. And I've only ever offered it to my membership members, but now I am offering it on its own, but it's not completely on its own. It is part of my creator bundle where I have created my dream social media planner that I wish I had and I created because I'm like, there's so many tools and functions and ideas that I love from different applications, different softwares, different planners, but I wanted it all in one place. So I took everything that I ever wanted when it comes to social media planning and planning my business and organization and batching, and I put it all together on a Notion template, and it is called the Social Media Starter Kit. And this Notion template has everything that you can want to show up consistently and grow your online presence. So, like I said, the creator bundle includes the social media starter kit, which is a Notion template, and the solo selfie masterclass. And this bundle is for you if you struggle to stay consistent with your content because it offers a simple, clear system that helps you plan and create content without overwhelm or second guessing. Or maybe you're unsure of how to capture content that you actually feel proud of. With the bundle, you'll learn how to take flattering, creative photos and videos without relying on anybody else. And maybe you don't feel confident in front of the camera. This bundle teaches you how to show up with ease so creating content feels exciting instead of intimidating. So, just to give you an idea of what's included in the social media starter kit, I have my content calendar planner. So that's the thing that you're going to load all of your content ideas in there and then you're going to schedule it. You're going to put it on the calendar and you're going to know exactly what you're posting. And this takes out the guessing, the excuses. You have it all laid out so you can plan in advance. I also have the hook and prompt library because the hooks sell the scroll. And this library is going to give you ready to use prompts and attention grabbers so you can create content faster and get more engagement. And then we have the ideal client profile, which is going to help you get crystal clear on exactly who you're speaking to. Because when you understand who your ideal client is, every caption, every hook, and every story is going to land with intention and your content will eventually convert faster. And then we have the content pillars, which means no more second guessing what you're going to post. The content pillars give your brand structure, which means it's going to keep your messaging consistent and it's going to help your audience instantly get what you stand for. Then I also included things like the offer suite tracker, the idea dump, the hashtag bank, the Canva mass graphic tutorial where I show you how to batch graphics using AI, and it is a game changer. And then we also have the 2026 holiday guide, Instagram Reel safe zones for videos, the best websites and apps for creators, and other exclusive bonuses. So between the social media starter kit and the solo selfie masterclass, you have everything you need to finally stop overthinking your content and start creating with confidence. And I'm so excited to offer it to you for the very first time. This is the first time I'm ever releasing this bundle. And as a show of appreciation for you for tuning in, I am offering a coupon code for $10 off, which is a total of a $245 savings. So use code THANKFUL10 and you'll get $10 off this bundle. So definitely take advantage of this. I don't know when I'm going to offer it again, but this is a huge savings from purchasing each one of those items individually. So that's it for today's episode. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have an amazing Thanksgiving. And I am so extremely thankful for you. Bye-bye.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of the One Girl Travel Podcast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. You can find out more about your host on our website, onegirltravel.com, or follow her on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and TikTok. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode.